Hi, this is Russ Anderson. I wanted to pass along a few ideas from a combined moving camera plus moving object tracking shot. So here's this example shot, and you can see that I've done supervised tracking on the background and on the box that's being held. It is possible to do some automatic tracking on this also, but here I've just used supervised tracking. In this particular shot, the little dots that are being tracked on the box are quite small. So what I did was go to the image preprocessor and set up a special preset. And this preset uses both some blur and high-pass filtering to remove the effect of compression noise on those small dots, and also to reduce the effect of the changing angle and lighting of that box as it's being moved around. And as you can see, I can switch back and forth between these two presets on the image preprocessor, and I just had previously used the new preset and rename and so on to set up those two individual presets. So that's a handy way to improve tracking on very small things where compression turns out to be a big part of the battle often, especially with supervised tracking. I have set up on this shot a background coordinate system for the camera. You can see a couple of points being used for that on the ground, but I've also set up a coordinate system on the surface of the box using these 3 points here. And it's always important in these kind of shots to set up a coordinate system for both the camera and the background as well as for the moving object itself. And that coordinate system for the moving object is really the local coordinate system from that mesh. And ultimately you wind up with a sizing issue after you've solved it, that you have to get the size of those two different coordinate systems to correspond to one another correctly. This is a perfectly valid solve that has a very large object moving far away, and here's the background is up close. So that's a valid solve, and for some sort of model making and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sorts of movies, this is something that you actually do in real life. But in something like this, it's not really what you want. So there are a bunch of different ways to adjust this. If I had a bunch of measurements from the set, that would certainly be a easy thing to adjust using the coordinate system setup panel. But another thing that I can do is just go and adjust the size of this object sort of directly from the 3D panel. And as I do that, you see it's shrinking down into place. Both the coordinates of the object itself and the path of the object are shrinking, so I can put it down into about the right spot. And as I do that, the camera view hasn't changed at all. Everything is still exactly locked up as it was before, but I've just adjusted that other degree of freedom, that overall scale of the object, to make it be a more plausible and useful representation of what it was in the original scene. So I hope that gives you a look at some of the things that can happen in these kinds of shots. Thank you.